In 2008, the entire global financial system almost collapsed overnight, and the people who built it asked you to bail it out. What if we told you there is a new financial system being built right now, one that cannot collapse that way, cannot freeze your account, and does not need your permission to use? This is the story of DeFi. To understand why DeFi matters, you need to understand what is broken about the system it is replacing. Traditional finance, the banks, the brokers, the wire transfers, was built in an era of paper ledgers and closed-door boardrooms. It was designed to keep your money in motion while taking a cut at every step. Think about the last time you sent money internationally. You paid a fee, you waited days. You had no idea where your money actually was during that time. Meanwhile, the bank was using your funds to make loans, earn interest, and generate profits, and they did not share a penny with you. Banks in the United States pay less than 0.5% interest on savings accounts. They charge 20, 25, even 30% on credit cards. They hold your money and use it to fund hedge funds, private equity deals, and leveraged bets you never agreed to. And if you are one of the 1.4 billion people in the world without access to a bank account, if you are in the wrong country, if you do not have the right documents, if your credit history does not meet the threshold, the financial system simply does not exist for you. The gates are closed. That is not a bug. That is the feature. Traditional finance is built on gatekeeping. It needs gatekeepers to collect fees. The entire system runs on your trust. Trust that the banks will not lose your money. Trust that the government will bail them out if they do. Trust that the fees you pay are fair and necessary. In 2008, that trust was shattered. DeFi, decentralized finance, is the radical idea that we can rebuild financial services without the gatekeepers. No banks, no brokers, no middlemen, just math. At the heart of DeFi are smart contracts, self-executing programs that live on the blockchain. A smart contract is like an ATM, but for any financial product you can imagine. It holds the rules. It enforces the rules. It executes automatically when the conditions are met. And it does this without needing anyone to trust anyone else. When you lend money through a DeFi protocol, the smart contract holds the collateral. When the loan is repaid, the contract releases it, automatically, instantly, and without a phone call to a customer service center. When the collateral value drops below a threshold, the contract liquidates it automatically to protect the lender. No judgment calls. No human bias. No business hours. This is what trustless means in crypto. Not that you cannot trust anyone, but that you do not have to. The code is transparent. Anyone can read it. Anyone can audit it. The rules are the same for every user, every time. DeFi lives on blockchains, primarily Ethereum, but also Solana, BNB Chain, Avalanche, and many others. The key property is decentralization. No single company controls the protocol. No one can freeze your account. No one can change the rules after the fact. The protocol runs as long as the blockchain runs. Let us get into the actual mechanics of how DeFi works, because this is where it gets genuinely fascinating. The most fundamental DeFi application is the decentralized exchange, or DEX. Instead of a traditional order book, where you wait for a buyer or seller to match your trade, DEX use something called an automated market maker, or AMM. An AMM is a smart contract that holds a pool of 2 tokens. It prices them against each other using a simple formula. You trade directly against the pool. No counterparty needed. Uniswap, the most popular DEX, has handled over $2 trillion in trading volume. Next is lending and borrowing. Protocols like Aave and Compound let you deposit tokens as collateral and borrow against them, or earn interest by providing liquidity for borrowers. The interest rates are set algorithmically based on supply and demand. When borrowing demand is high, rates go up. When liquidity is abundant, rates go down. No committee decides this. The market decides. Then there is yield farming, and this is where it gets complex. By providing liquidity to DeFi protocols, you earn fees and token rewards. Farmers move their capital between protocols to chase the highest returns, sometimes earning annualized yields that would seem impossible in traditional finance. These yields are real, but they come with real risks, including the risk that the protocol itself is exploited. The numbers are striking. At DeFi's peak in November 2021, over $180 billion of value was locked in these protocols. That is not a meme. That is $180 billion from people all over the world, deployed into permissionless open financial infrastructure. Consider what this means for someone in Argentina, where inflation has destroyed the purchasing power of the peso for decades. With a phone and a crypto wallet, they can access dollar-denominated stablecoins like USDC or USDT and store their savings outside the reach of inflation. They can earn real yield on those savings. They can send money to family abroad in seconds or cents, not days and fees. Or consider the programmer in Nigeria who got paid in USDC, swapped it into ETH on a DEX, provided liquidity to a lending protocol, earned yield on their deposit, all without ever needing a bank account. Then there are flash loans, one of the genuinely novel inventions of DeFi. A flash loan lets you borrow millions of dollars with zero collateral, execute a complex series of trades, and repay the loan, all in a single blockchain transaction. If you cannot repay within the same transaction, the entire operation reverts. It never happened. This is not possible in traditional finance at all. It exists only in a world where the rules can be enforced by code in milliseconds. But DeFi is not without risk. Smart contract bugs have led to over $3 billion in losses through hacks and exploits. Rug pulls, where the developers disappear with the funds, remain a threat in unaudited protocols. The complexity creates vulnerabilities. Regulation is coming. Governments around the world are grappling with how to treat DeFi. Some see it as a threat. Others see an opportunity to modernize their financial systems. The SEC, the European Union, and regulators from Singapore to Switzerland are all writing the rules of the road. Despite the risks, the trajectory is clear. DeFi is not going away. The infrastructure is maturing. The security is improving. Institutional capital is flowing in. Layer 2 solutions are making transactions faster and cheaper than ever before. The revolution in finance is happening right now, not in the boardrooms of Wall Street, but on the blockchain. And you are early enough to understand it before the rest of the world catches up. If this video opened your eyes to what is possible with DeFi, hit that subscribe button and join the Crypto Compass community. We publish in-depth crypto and DeFi content every week. The future of finance does not wait, and neither should you.